What's up, everybody? I wanted to make this little video series is kind of out of the blue, but this last, I would say, month being at home, I was kind of thinking about, like what can I learn while I'm here in my house? And, in your shelter in place, you might have some more bandwidth to acquire something. And I watched this movie called Lucy with Scarlett Johansson, and the movie's kind of predicated about, what would happen if you got access to supposedly 100% of your brain? What if you had access to all of your mental powers and you're fully aware of everything? And it's got me thinking, what could I do that would give me more access to my brain? So I wrote that in Google, how do I get more access to my thought processes and use my brain better? And I came across memory techniques. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. As I got into it, I started to see things that I saw before, things like a memory palace and this kind of stuff. And I've always been really fascinated with memory. And so I kind of just dove into it. And I built a memory palace, and a 50-item memory palace, where you basically walk through your house and you find 5 items in each room, and then you kind of tag them in kind of like a clockwise manner in each room, and then you kind of remember them forward and backwards. Like, in the kitchen, it's like a kind of a journey through your house, like a refrigerator, stove, island, sink, dishwasher, and then you go to the next room over and over and over again. And so once I put these 50 items in place, then you do like a go see link, see link go. And what you do is you connect items to these things in the memory palace in order, right? Okay, and it's really cool. So like if you have an apple, you put the apple in the refrigerator, and you imagine like you open the refrigerator doors and all the apples fall out. Then if you have to remember a banana, maybe you make the stove grates that are doing the cooking just bananas. And then it's like maybe you have to remember milk. You see milk cartons sitting on the top of the island, and it's just flowing over like milk waterfalls over each side of the granite island. So when you get to the store, you go in order: refrigerator, apples, stove, bananas, island, milk. You get your stuff, you leave. So what I did was, and look up Memory Palace, it's super cool. What I did was, there's a book called The Greatest Secret in the World. It's 10 scrolls, success-based, principle-based affirmation scrolls. They're about 3 pages of book text each. So I wondered, what if I could link all 50 items of the memory of the scrolls of the Memory Palace to the 50 plus or minus sentences inside of this scroll. Now the scrolls in the Greatest Secret in the World, you're supposed to read them in the morning when you wake up, in the afternoon, and at night before bed out loud. And you do it 30 days straight you do it 30 days straight. And when you do that, those words, the actions that follow those words, gets imprinted and hard-coded in your subconscious, and it literally changes the way you think. Because if you hard-code your subconscious, then it'll be running 24/7. It's like reprogramming your brain. But it's a pain in the butt to carry that dang book every day and read it all the time. So I said, well, what if I could use this method? So here we go. So it took me probably 2 to 3 days, about 20, 30 minutes each, to kind of commit the process to memory. And I'm on day 25. And here it is. This is the scroll called action, okay? So bear with me here. I'm 3 minutes in the video, but this is kind of cool. So here we go. Now, I'm not looking at anything. I'm just talking to my phone right now. I'm sitting on the couch. My hands are here. There's nothing in front of me. So here we go. So paragraph 1 says, and you can look this up. I might just have it on the right-hand side if I can get a digital copy, but you can also look up the book. Here's how it goes. It goes, my dreams are worthless. My plans are dust. My goals are impossible. All are of no value unless followed by action. I will act now. Never has been a map, however carefully executed at detail and scale, which carried its owner over 1 inch of ground. Never has been a parchment of law, however fair, which prevented one crime. Never has been a scroll, even such as the one that I hold, which earned so much as a penny to produce one single word of acclamation. Action alone is a tinder which will ignite the map, the parchment, the scroll, my dreams, my plans, my goals into a living force. Action is the food and drink which will nourish my success. I will act now. My procrastination, which has held me back, was born of fear, and now I recognize a secret mind from the depths of all courageous hearts. For now I know that to conquer fear, I must always act without hesitation, and the flutters of my heart will vanish. Now I know that action reduces the lion of terror to the ant of equanimity. I will act now. Henceforth, I'll remember the lesson of the firefly who gives off its light only when it is on the wing, only when it is in action. I will become a firefly, and even in the day, My light will be seen in spite of the sun. Let others be as butterflies who preen their wings yet depend on the charity of the flower of life. I will be as a firefly, my light will brighten the world. I will act now. I'll not avoid the tasks of today and charge them for tomorrow never comes. Let me act now, even though my actions may not bring me happiness or success, for it's better to act and fail than not act and flounder. Happiness in truth may not be the fruit plucked by my action, yet without action, all fruit will die on the vine. I will act now. I will act now. I will act now. I will act now. I will repeat these words again and again and again, each hour, each day, every day, until these words become as much of a habit as my breathing and the actions which follow become as distinctive as blinking my eyelids. With these words, I will condition my mind to perform every action necessary for my success. With these words, I will meet every challenge which the failure avoids. I will act now. I will repeat these words again and again and again. When I wake, I will say them and leap from my cot while the failure sleeps yet another hour. I will act now. When I enter the marketplace, I will say them and immediately confront my first prospect while the failure ponders yet his possibility of rebuff. I will act now. When I face a closed door, I'll say them and immediately knock while the failure waits outside with fear and trepidation. I will act now. When I face the temptation, I'll say them and immediately act to remove myself from evil. I will act now. When I'm tempted to quit and begin again tomorrow, I will say them and immediately act to consummate another sale. I will act now. Only action determines my value in the marketplace, and to multiply my action, I'll multiply my value, I'll multiply my action. I will walk where the failure fears to walk. I will work when the failure seeks rest. I will speak when the failure remains silent. I will call on 10 who could buy my goods when the failure makes grand plans to call on only one. I'll say it is done before the failure says it is too late. I will act now, for now is all I have. Tomorrow is a day reserved for labor lazy, and I'm not lazy. Tomorrow is a day when the evil become good, and I'm not evil. Tomorrow is a day when the weak become strong, and I'm not weak. Tomorrow is a day when the failure will succeed, and I'm not a failure. I will act now. When the lion is hungry, he eats. When the eagle has thirst, he drinks. Lest they act, both will perish. I hunger for success. I thirst for happiness and peace of mind. Lest I act, I will perish in life of failure, misery, and sleepless nights. I will command, and I will obey my command. I will act now. Success will not wait. If I delay, should become betrothed to another and lost to me forever. So this is the time. This is the place. I am the man. I will act now. That was 3 pages of book text committed to memory in literally under 3 days of 20 minutes a day, just doing the linkages with the memory palace and the text. And if I went through all the imagery and how I connected it all, you'd laugh, but it works. So I found the secret. So you create 10 memory palaces with 50 items each. I could choose my office. I could choose the garage. Any place that I can find 50 items to remember that are part of your memory. And then you commit these scrolls to memory instantly. You bind them to the memory palace. And then you repeat them every single day, 3 to 5 times a day for 30 days. To bind that knowledge and that principle into your subconscious mind to where it becomes a working program in your brain 24/7 for the rest of your life. And that good habit replaces a bad habit. And now you are on track to leveraging a memory technique with a success affirmation habit to hard code your brain to change your life. I thought that was absolutely fantastic. I don't have to carry the book around with me. I got 9 more to go and 9 more memory palaces to go. So if you ever want to do the greatest salesman in the world and you want to do it right, you probably should create 10 50 item memory palaces, link each item to the 1 or 2 sentences, and rock and roll. Have a good day.